Welcome to this week's edition of, well, I want to say On Your Couch series, but with 2020 and social distancing, we've upgraded our set to a fancy new table. It is December and it is the last week of 2020, and I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to you for joining us each week. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Instagram, you have been a part of this incredible journey and one of the most memorable years ever. Now, the month of December, we've been celebrating incredible female authors. Each author displays such a different, well, specialty, whether they're a children's author, interior design, and an artistic book, but this week is someone's quite special. Emilia, well, she is full of confidence, and that's what her book is about. She is going to take you chapter by chapter about how to live the most positive life you can live. Take you through the journey about how to fulfill your dreams and have inner peace. Please welcome Emilia. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
So it's an exciting month. It's December. I think we're all waiting for this year to end. As I mentioned before, this month we really wanted to celebrate female authors, people that have taken their words of wisdom and have put it in a book to share their knowledge. So I'm so excited to share your book. There is so much to cover in this book because it's really about yourself. It's about finding this true confidence and this inner confidence. And you really gave people a pathway to look at themselves step by step and how to bring out the best in them.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's a great initiative that you're doing and I love it. And of course it's a perfect timing then that my book was just published. Actually today, is it Thursday? Yeah, today 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
So, yeah.
So I think 2020, is a year for celebration. And this month we've celebrated authors that have published in 2020 and have created books. And I'm so excited to talk about yours. It's called It's Your Life. And I wanted to emphasize the word confidence because I feel like that is a word that is used a lot. And what is confidence to you? Because, people feel that confidence is someone who is loud and assertive, and that's not the case. What is confidence to you?
Yeah, so I actually initially wanted to call the book Something with Confidence because the whole book is about confidence and how I found my confidence. Like you said, when I was smaller, younger, I always thought that confidence, when you're confident, you have to be loud, outgoing, a presenter on TV, whatever, like the first one to raise their hands and so on. And I wasn't like that, but I also thought I can be confident as well. I want to be confident, I want to have, this confident feeling. So for me, confidence is not, you don't have to be an extrovert or a super outgoing person. You just have to be peaceful, calm within yourself. You have to know what you stand for, what your values are, what your dreams are. Follow your goals and nobody else. Don't listen to other people, what they tell you, but follow your path and live your life, essentially. That's where then the title came from. And it's an inner confidence. It's just like to know when you can say yes and when you can say no and when it's the right way for you.
Well, to be assertive, I think, but without being overbearing and just really staying true to what your ethos is and your own personal value system.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think it's so important that you know your own values, that you actually sit down one day and say, okay, these are my values. That's what is important to me. And if there is something that doesn't meet my values, then I'm not going to do it. Regardless what other people say or think or might say.
But you're a mom of 4. How is parenting changed from when you grew up to how you're raising your kids?
Well, let's see what my kids say when I'm older. Maybe I'm making exactly the same mistakes that my parents made. But I think overall, not much has changed, actually. Maybe the whole iPad and social media and that aspect, came to it as well. But overall, not much. I understand my parents so much better now. Why they did what they did and why they raised me the way they did and why they tried to instill certain values in me and so on. I understand it all now because now I have kids myself and now I'm passing it on, and some of the things that I think were not right, I'm not passing on. And but I wrote my book essentially for my children. I wanted them to know how I gain confidence and what my values are and what I want to pass on to them, just in case, I don't have time. I don't have time to pass it on to them or something happens to me.
Well, it's a great idea to write a book. But what was that pivotal moment in your life when you knew that you wanted to explore yourself a little bit more and have a better understanding of yourself?
I think that was very early on, actually. I knew when everybody was kept labeling me as the shy person or the not. Actually, never. I think not many people actually said that, but I thought everybody else was thinking that. Mm-hmm. So I labeled myself in a way to be shy and not confident. But inside me, I knew that this wasn't me. So I think I had a few pivotal moments, but one was when I left my parents' house and hometown at 16. And I could start from scratch in a way. I had a clean slate, nobody knew me, so I could be the real me. And then later on I came back for university, and that's when I saw a psychologist for the very first time in my life. And that back then that was still a little bit, I think now people are a bit more open to all the whole coaching and so on, but back then it was quite, you had to be sick in a way, or something was wrong with you when you saw, and nothing was wrong with me essentially. I just felt that I needed some help.
Right.
And I saw an amazing older lady that helped me hugely to see life differently, to see so many things and myself
just to open
differently.
Your perspective, I think.
Totally.
I think a lot of the things you're talking about is really just conditioning, right? It's how you're brought up, or what someone thinks confidence or how you should act is their way of how they've been brought up. But really, it's about bringing out the best in you. And I think your book does that. It takes you through chapter to chapter of how to change your thoughts, how to live the best life you can live, how to make your dreams come true, and to live without judgment, which I thought was really important as well. We're so conditioned to care about what other people think, right? What was a pivotal year for you? I mean, I feel like turning 40 for me was a really pivotal moment where I felt really assertive in decisions. I knew whatever I was doing was best for me and the people around me. But there was something about that magic 40. I don't know, was there something for you?
Yeah, it was. Overall, I think it was a gradual movement and shift and so on. And I think one pivotal moment was definitely when I had kids. Maybe not the first one, but after the second one, and after they were a little bit older, and I realized something could happen to me, and or also one thing, and also they are modeling me. Whatever I do, I say, they are modeling me. So I have to be like a good role model, the role model that I actually want to be. So that was one pivotal moment, definitely. And I think it is for every woman who has kids. But then you're totally right, 40 as well. I mean, 40 is whether you want it or not, or whether you realize it or not, it is a moment where you reflect. Yeah. And I had a big party at home in Germany, and I wrote a speech for everybody, and I think there I reflected a lot in that speech, really. And I talked about how, when I was in my 20s, I couldn't understand these magazines where they talk about women who are in their 40s and suddenly live their best life and feel so confident and so happy within themselves, and just calm and relaxed and peaceful, and that it's the best years. And when you're younger, you're thinking, what? By 40, you're so old, you will have wrinkles everywhere, and it's life is over, right? And then I turned 40, and I felt inside in my 20s. Yeah. And
you're the best version of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think you have enough life experience to make better choices, but you still have enough time to live, really. Exactly. To really live. Yeah, and to be your true self and live the confident life and follow dreams that you have always wanted to do.
Well, I will say you have a very impressive CV. So if anyone is watching this episode, they won't believe that you don't have confidence. You are the co-host of Moms in Biz podcast. You're an award-winning author. You're a website designer. You're a female entrepreneur. You start so many incredible businesses, including design. I mean, no one would believe, like, that takes someone who's confident to do all that.
Yeah, but that's why I have confidence now. You know, like this, I mean, I started to step out of my comfort zone very early on, because I always had to. Because I wasn't like, so many things didn't come naturally to me, so I had to do things. And so I trained myself to step out of my comfort zone and to do things and to just do them.
Yeah.
So I think that helped. So if people ask me now, you know, what would you change or things like that, and I don't think I would change anything, because I was able to do all these things because I was not scared to start something new and to just experience it. I love that.
And talk about Mums in Biz.
Yeah, so a few years ago, I decided I need to network more for my business. So I went, and it was actually one of the very first networking events that I went to in Dubai, which was called something with mums, where you could bring your little one. So that was perfect for me, because I thought, I don't want to go to these coffee mornings anymore and could talk about, you know, the best food and diapers and so on. And I brought my little one, and we were talking about business. And the lady who hosted this event was Kyla, and we got along really well. We just like hit off, and it was like the perfect fit, really. And we got talking, and we stayed in contact, and then we decided actually we should take this live meetup that she was doing online, and we formed a Facebook group where we could both like do train, because she was also like then organizing trainings and speeches and like bigger events.
Yeah.
And then we did the same online for a while until she had to move back to Australia, or she decided to move back. She's from Australia originally, and that's when we said, okay, let's do a podcast. We both love listening to podcasts.
I love that.
So we decided, let's reach a wider audience, you know, not only like locally, but let's reach the world. I mean, we are a truly international podcast because, you know, I'm from Germany, live in Dubai, she's from Australia, used to live here, and we have like international guests. So I think, that's our...
Well, I think that's amazing about technology, is that you can connect everyone from all over the world. And I think this year was such a testament to that everyone is using technology and that everyone is literally one click away.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is your book. How do people order this? Because it is going to be Christmas time. This is a book everyone needs as a stocking stuffer or a Christmas gift. How can we order the book?
So you can go to my website, emiliasjourney.com, where I have a few links where you can order it. But Book Depository is one.
Nice.
Amazon around the world. I don't know what's going on at this moment with Amazon AE, but it's not there anymore.
Okay.
Maybe it's sold out,
Maybe
which
it's
is great.
sold out, which is a good thing. But definitely check out your website. We're going to have it written here as well, so we'll make sure people come and take a visit to your website. But you have shared so much knowledge in this book, and I'm so happy to share your story, because I think it doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're a teenager to 50s, 60s, the fact that you have opened up to mental health awareness and life coaches, and there's so many people that can get help without that stigma. And I think that's so important, that it's widely available. So thank you.
That's my hope.
Thank you for raising awareness. And I love this. I just kind of turned on to page 111, of course, and is your glass half empty or half full? So I love that.
Yeah, because I used to have this negative mindset. I thought the world was against me. I thought, I saw the negatives really. And what you see, what you focus on is what comes to you. So I learned to focus on the positive and to see my glass being half full. Yeah.
Oh, what a perfect way to end this segment. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. In December, we're celebrating authors. Thank you for really just celebrating this year. I hope everyone has an amazing start to 2021. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in every week as we share inspirational stories from incredible women from around the world. Grab this book, make sure you gift it, read it. It's so insightful, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much. We are on YouTube, Instagram. Make sure you follow, like, comment below. We'd love to hear from you, and wishing you a very happy New Year.